maximum the AC signal will take sine wave only. So let me take the circuit. Response of R, response of R for AC signal. This is the AC signal and this is the resistor R. Means how we'll write Ohm's law and what is the EMF of signal? E naught sine omega t. A current will flow. So what current will flow? Like a instantaneous current and the current will alternate. No? Current will alternate. So then what about the expression for I? So from Ohm's law, E equal to I or I equal to E by R. And what is E? E naught sine omega t by R. E naught by R, I'll call it as I naught. Look at the E and look at the drop across the or select what is VR. VR is nothing but equal to E, no? And what is Ohm's law? I into R. So what is the Ohm's law for an AC with AC signal across resistor? The drop across the resistor is equal to instantaneous current into the resistance. And how they are in phase, no? They are in phase. So if I plot this, there's a rough diagram, I'll show it. So this is the drop across the resistor or the applied voltage, and the current will flow in this way. This is E and this is I. Shall I call instantaneous current? And what is VR? Instantaneous voltage across the resistor is equal to instantaneous current into resistance. This is the Ohm's law across the resistor. You have to directly come back to the basic current density Ohm's law across the resistor. How voltage and current are? Shall I say in phase? In phase means both are having same phase here. So across resistor E and I, or select a VR and I are in phase. Let's go for the power. I'm interested in the power no, because everything we are more focused on the power. So how to define the power one? So instantaneous power should be equal to VR into I. I'm writing VR equal to E. Or write it here. Is it okay? Justify. Now this you write it E naught sine omega t, and this is I naught sine omega t. So what is the instantaneous power is equal to E naught I naught sine square omega t. Let's go for average power. Before average power, let me expand this. Will be 1 minus cos 2 omega. Very important. Try to see this. Which power is very important? Instantaneous power or average power for our that one. Suppose a electrical meter that one. What it will read instantaneous average? It has to read average, no? For every month, what happened for 5 seconds or say like for 1 minute, the person will come to put an electrical bill. So that particular meter, if it reads instantaneous power, at that instant, what you are consuming power only, maybe it will come 1 rupee or 2 rupees. Minimum charge 40. At the most bill will be 45 rupees. So what that meter should read for all 1 month, how much of energy is consumed. Energy consumed for all 1 month, what happened will be the average power. So for electrical appliances, the instantaneous power is not that of use. The average power matters a lot. So maximum the power, average power matters a lot. For some machines, what happened, mechanical machines, instantaneous power matters here. But maximum what happened, the power comes, the average power is very important. So therefore, let's go for average power. So first we'll plot this graph. How do this graph? I think should not be negative, no? Power positive means what? Pen dissipative power. Power negative means it will generate. That's the meaning. So let's plot the graph for these things. I'll compare with currents. This one already we have plotted for the books. There's no much discussion on this graph, so you have to be careful here. Let this be the voltage or current. So this, I think, black one we took voltage. No? This is one cycle. I'm just showing it 1.5 cycle. Whatever the current, current will be here. This is the current. Now what about the average power? How the graph of this? So it's similar to SHM, no? This will be the velocity or the displacement, and whatever the kinetic energy, potential energy, it will have twice the angular frequency of oscillation of the system. 2 omega is there, you can see. So by the time the voltage and current complete one cycle, the power cycle should complete 2 cycles. Initially it should be 0, no? Then maximum. Put t equal to 0. Instantaneous power should be 0. This I'll give. I'll make it small little bit. Yeah. These are the intervals of time. T by 4, T by 2, 3t by 4, T, 5t by 4, 3t by 2. This is voltage and this is the current. Now we have to calculate the power. Now what is the maximum power? From this, what is the maximum value of power? E naught, I naught, E naught, I naught. This one. So let's go for the graph. Graph, yeah. It's a sine. It's a harmonic wave only. I am unable to get it properly. Yeah. This is the power variation. Okay, let's go for. This is the instantaneous power. Now we'll calculate the average value of this. P instantaneous dt 0 to t E naught I naught 2t cos 2 omega t dt. I'm calculating the average power. Try to see this carefully, observe it. Expansion of this cos 2 omega t, this I substituted here for one cycle. What is one cycle? This is one cycle. Already I think you are able to see this. Let me show that one cycle here. This is one cycle. What is the average power? Finally, I am ending up. E naught I naught by 2. What is E naught? E naught should be equal to, can we manage like this? So this should be equal to VRMS. I'll make it symbol VRMS. Huh? So how to calculate the average power dissipated across the bulb or a resistor? It is just VRMS into IRMS. Or in terms of peak value, E naught I naught by 2. So how much we are getting? E naught I naught is the maximum value. The average power, how much average power? Average power will be half of that. I think the graph itself will show that one. This is what the average power. Okay, look at now the bulb. So this resistor R is nothing but a bulb. Huh? So when you apply AC signal, so what happened to power dissipation across the bulb will vary. It becomes maximum. Again zero. But we never see this variation, and the power dissipation varies means the brightness also bulb should vary. Do we see the variation of brightness like this? So in one cycle, what happens? The brightness will become maximum only twice. In fact, brightness varying. We never see this variation. No? What we see, almost a constant brightness. We feel like that, but in fact, the brightness is varying. The reason for that, in one cycle, how many such power cycles will be completed? I'll bring the word power cycle. This is one. By the time signal completes one cycle, what meant power cycle? Power cycle will complete the two cycles here. Means what is the frequency of AC signal generally we use in India? 50 hertz. So what is the frequency of variation of the power cycle? Will be 100 hertz. So what actually practically happens? This is 20 milliseconds. No? In 10 milliseconds, what we see, power from zero becomes maximum, then decreases, again becomes zero. This is off. This is what happens here. So 50 hertz, no? 50 hertz is the frequency of the applied AC signal. For power, it will be 100 hertz. So in this is what I think we took 20 milliseconds, no? In the 20 milliseconds, what actually happens? The power dissipated, the brightness of the bulb will increase, becomes maximum, decreases, becomes zero, again becomes maximum, again decreases. Twice it attains maximum. We don't see this. And in 1 second, how many such cycles will be repeated? 100 cycles will be repeated. Therefore, we feel as if it is a constant power. Almost you can say the brightness is almost constant. We don't see that variation of brightness here. If you decrease the frequency of AC signal, say you make it 2 or 5 years, then we see the brightness of bulb like this. Then it become disco. That's all. No, the brightness increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. It will become like a somewhere any functions they produce, no, of varying brightness like this. It will become. So tell me in a household what type of brightness you want, where the brightness varying or constant brightness, constant brightness. That's why the frequency is so adjusted that we should not feel that variation of brightness. Able to make it out. This one. So this is about the power variation across this one. So I just brought everything. So what is the average power dissipated across a bulb given by VRMS, IRMS, or if you know peak value, E naught, I naught. So VRMS or ERMS, both are one of the same. How to calculate IRMS? I'm applying again the Ohm's law. So what is Ohm's law? Across the resistor R, the Ohm's law will be VRMS equal to IRMS into R, or E naught equal to I naught into R, or instantaneous voltage depending upon if you know peak value, V naught equal to I naught R. If you know RMS value, like this. If you know the instantaneous voltages currents, this will be the Ohm's law across a resistor. You can also write power as VRMS square by R or IRMS square into R. average power dissipated across a bulb of resistance R or VRMS square R. Anything, it's all left to you. This is about the, and how voltage and current, they'll be in phase. Is that okay? No? So this is about the basic, the behavior of the AC signal across a resistor. The power variation will be of this kind. So any good conceptual question they may ask you regarding brightness of the bulb. So in one cycle, twice it will attain maximum brightness. And how many times the bulbness of the brightness of the bulb will be 0 at t equals 0, t by 2, again t. The bulb will not be glowing. So in one cycle, you should not count here. So it should be twice. Twice maximum, twice it will be 0. Because the moment you switch on t greater than 0, it will become no. So in one cycle, twice 0 brightness, twice maximum brightness. And in between, the brightness will be varying. Let's take the next. I'll connect now. The inductor will see. If I connect an inductor, what conditions will arise? Is it any power dissipated? Yes, there's a power dissipated, no? The resistor is a power dissipating element. Power is being dissipated. So I'll go for now. First we'll do one thing. Capacitor will take it. Oh, first I should write circuit here. There's a AC source. There's a capacitor. Here I'll write it V naught. Instead of E, no, let me write V only. What is RMS value of this signal will be VRMS. Then at any instant of time, let Q minus Q. So what is Q should be equal to? Q should be equal to C into V. What is V? V naught sine omega. I'll differentiate this. dq by dt. C V naught cos omega t. So this dq by dt is omega sine omega t. dq by dt is what? I'm going to write it I. I is equal
Cos
to
omega t.
Sine differentiation of this will be cos omega t. This will write it in the Ohm's law form. I'll bring quantity called as xc cos omega t. What is xc? Xc shall I write 1 by omega c? This is called as capacitive reactance. All of you very important, because the rest all everything I'll apply the Ohm's law, KVL, KCL, but these are very important. I'll call capacitive reactance, a word you say, reactance, not resistance, reactance. And it depends on the capacitance and angular frequency. So finally this equation will end up I equal to I naught cos omega t. So look at the current and voltage characteristics. If I plot this, this applied voltage. What about the current? The current is cos, no? So cosine. Oh, some try to see this variation. The black color is what? The applied voltage, and the red color is what? The current. Anything is happening to them. Shall I say current leads the voltage? So if I write in phasor diagram, every time drawing sine waves will be a very big problem. 0 degrees, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2. Instead of 3 pi by 2, I'll write it minus pi by 2. Now I'm bringing phasor diagram. So if you go back to the vectors, so look at this current now. What is the phase of the voltage? Sine omega t, 0 phase. The voltage lies along x-axis. What about the current? The current is what happened cos omega t. It leads the voltage by 90 degrees. So the current is, so across capacitor, the current leads the voltage by 90 degrees. So now say, so suddenly sir, why you brought this 0 to pi by 2? You go back to vectors, you take a force. Suppose a force F1 equal to 10 Newton, 0 phase, acting along 0 degrees. Another force, 5 Newton, acting, so what is the J cap? J cap is along y-axis. No, I cap means along x-axis. Instead of saying x and y, the quantities which are having 0 phase will be along x-axis. The quantities which are having a phase of 90 degree, I'll take y-axis. The quantities which are having phase of 180 degrees, it will be along negative x-axis. The quantities which are having minus 90 degree will be along negative y-axis. Or you can write 3 pi by 2. It's left to you. Sir, what about quantities which are having phase angle 45 degrees? That will come in between. So now what is the length of this vector? Length of this arrow will indicate the magnitude. And what about the phase or the direction? The direction is mentioned by this system here, 0, pi by 2, pi. So definitely I say that the current leads voltage by how much? 90 degrees. Because cos, what you write it as? Sine omega t plus pi by 2. Am I right? So what do you mean by plus pi by 2? It is having a phase of pi by 2. So I represent. This is called like a phasor now. So what about current voltages in AC circuit? They are vectors. Simplest way. Conclusion. You cannot take the algebraic sum. You have to take the vector sum of voltages or currents. Even the powers also here. There's a phasor diagram. Any quantity having a phase of 90 degrees, it will align. It will get aligned along y-axis. If it's having a 0 phase, it will be along x-axis. If it's having minus 90 degree, it will be along negative y-axis here. If it's having a phase of 180 degree, we'll put along this direction. Slowly, I'll introduce to complex numbers tomorrow. What you studied complex numbers, I'm going to use it here. Why we study complex number? To deal with electrical circuits, not just to solve the mathematical problem. Now you can see the total application of the complex numbers, what you're going to study. Okay, this is about the, so shall I say current leads the voltage. Tomorrow, if Lester connected, tomorrow we'll see. This is about the thing. So shall I put here, current leads the voltage. So we just show across capacitor, you have to show like this. This is the voltage, 0 phase we have took it. What about the current? Current will be like this here. Now I'm interested in the power. We'll see that what happened to power across the capacitor. So we have equation for current and also the applied voltage. What is applied voltage? V naught sine omega t. Instantaneous power equal to V into I. V naught sine omega t. I naught cos omega t. So V naught I naught. This will be by 2 sine 2 omega t. What is the average value of sine 2 omega t in one full cycle? Should be 0. Is it okay? Sine 2 omega t, average value of, or say like a sine 2 omega t in one full cycle will be 0. So therefore, what is this capacitor? It will not dissipate power. Means it's just a storing element. We know it's a storing element. It will not dissipate power. So this is something very important. So what is the role of capacitor? it will not consume any power. But what it's doing, it is making current to lead voltage. That's why this reactance. So what is the capacitor? What it do? It will make current to lead voltage. Will it consume any power? No. So then how to write Ohm's law across capacitor? The Ohm's law across capacitor will be V is equal to I into XC. V naught equal to I naught into XC, or VRMS. I'll come to later on, because we have to write VC into IRMS into XC, like this we should write. So tomorrow in detail I'll go. Time being, what is the Ohm's law across capacitor? It should be drop across capacitor into current into capacitive reactance, not R, XC. So what this capacitance reactance will do, it will make the current to lead the voltage, and it will not consume energy. So I think it's something very good element, no? Capacitor, what it does, it will make current to lead voltage, and it will not consume any work for this one. You send the same signal, AC signal, across resistor. What it will do, it will make current to be in phase with the voltage, and it will dissipate power. It is bringing some changes by not consuming any power. Are you able to understand this? What is the capacitor? It is bringing some changes. What changes? It is making current to lead voltage. Is it doing any, it is spending any energy for that operation? No. It's just a storing element. Okay, let's see what happened to the power variation. Like earlier what we plotted, no? These are very small basics which we are going to carry out in the throughout this AC circuits. How the power cycle will be in this case. Average power should be zero, no? So therefore it should have positive and negative off cycle. So the signal, applied signal, oh, yeah, this is the applied signal, will show for 1.5 cycle. Next again, what about the, this is a current. This is current, this is the applied voltage. We have to plot the power cycle, no? I'll, okay, no. Yeah. What about the power cycle? So first, what we have equation, V naught I naught sine 2 omega t. So t equals to, the power should be zero only. So the graph will be, this is one time period, no? T by 4, T by 2, 3t by 4 t. This should be 5t by 4, and this is 3t by 2. So what we get is like the power cycle will be it should be a sine off of the sine wave only. So I'm some rough diagram I'm showing it here. This is the instantaneous power I, and this is E, and this is a time t in seconds. So during one cycle, here it will consume power, or you can say capacitor accepts, then returns back. So shall I put just positive? Positive means it will accept energy from the source. Negative power means it will generate or it will return back. Again it will absorb. Again it will accept. Again it will return back. Don't say positive, negative of cycle. Positive power means it will accept, the capacitor will accept. Negative power means it will return back. So in one cycle, what actually happens? In one cycle, what actually happens? There'll be there'll be exchange of energy between the capacitor and the AC source. So you altogether, how much power it has consumed, how much of power it has accept or it has drawn from the source, that much power it will return back. Don't say consume, better say draws. How much of power the capacitor draws during this cycle here, during this interval, that much of power it will return back here. Again, it will draw the power from the source. Again, it will return back. So what is the net power dissipated? Zero, no? So therefore, what is the capacitor? It will not consume power. It will not dissipate power, better say. It's an energy storing element. There's exchange of energy between the source and the capacitor. And the twice that exchange occurs, first it will draw the power, energy, and it return back. Again it draws, again it returns back. In one cycle, the power, like if when signal completes one cycle, what happened to power cycle? It completes two cycles. This is one power cycle. Because why that one? Why the and there's a signal cycle. Signal means applied voltage. By the time signal completes one cycle, the power cycle will complete two cycles. So sine 2 omega t is there. You see this one, 2 omega. This is only omega. Try to see this. So based on that, we are having this one. So what is the capacitor now? So what is the role of it? It will just make current to lead the voltage by 90 degrees. So therefore that reactance is what we have brought it. Of all, this is very important. And how to apply Ohm's law across capacitor? Not IR, I into XC. The drop across the capacitor should be off like this. And voltage and current are not in phase. You do remember. They are 90 degree out of phase. The current will lead the voltage by 90 degrees. So what capacitor will do? The capacitor will make current I'll write it here. The capacitor will make current to lead voltage by 90 degrees. There's a basic idea of the capacitor. One more inductor is there. I'll finish off this so that tomorrow we can directly begin with the concept. I'll continue for another 10 minutes. Oh, I'll continue. So for I think late, almost. Okay, tomorrow I will see. No problem. That one. Tomorrow I'll continue from here. From response of AC signal to inductor, well, I'll continue from there because almost strength is only 70.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, in the very first term in science.
Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the response of AC signal for L. Then we'll combine RL, RC, and RLC. This one. So what all these formulas which we are going to generate, they are the necessity thing for you to numericals here. And even in exams also, the formulas what we conclude in this theoretical topic that are going to help you a lot. So it's the whole chapter is formula based, to be frank. So we'll continue with this response of AC signal for L, inductor, that one. So let there be inductor. There's an AC source. Yesterday I was supposed to complete by 1 o'clock. Almost 60 students left. So I could have completed yesterday. Today I would have started RLC and we could have gone for problem. Almost by one, almost the strength is declining. And I can block you who all lives without teachers permission. If you're living, no, I can block you. I'll block you for next class, because I'll be having all the information at what time students enters, for what time there is a loss of internet connectivity for you. So please do take care. So I know how to use good technology also. I know. So there's an inductor. Now how the response of this will be like. So a current I will flow. Then the drop across inductor, we write VL equal to L di by dt. VL is nothing but equal to the applied voltage because they're parallel. This is the source, AC source. Di is equal to VL by L into dt. So what is VL? Should be equal to V naught by L sine omega t. Let me integrate this. Di is equal to, so this will be I is equal to V naught omega L cos omega t. So the denominator, I'll call that as inductive reactance, where XL is called as inductive reactance. And what it does, it will react. It will react. So what can be unit for inductive reactance? Ohms. So again, from basic Ohm's law, current equal to potential difference by the resistance. No. So what is the unit for inductive as well as capacitive reactance? It is the ohms. So what is XL? XL equal to omega L. And omega, 2 pi f. Like this, what happens? The reactance offered by the circuit depends on frequency. Okay, let's see what is actually meaning of this. So yesterday, what we have plotted the graph, no? No, 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 no. This is at any time t. I'll put small graph. Like yesterday, we have calculated power, everything, no? So everything has to be plotted here. No, this is the first the applied signal sine omega t. The applied signal is sine omega t. Next, what we have is cos minus cos omega t. So this is the current and this is the voltage. Look at now. So it is current lags the voltage. So therefore I'll give a name. I'll call this as lag circuit. And RC circuit is called as a lead circuit. I don't change the convention. Even in exams, you need not to say RL circuit or say like I just call this a lag circuit. The reason for that is currents lags the voltage here. Or time being, okay, later on in the RL RC will give the name. So here current lags the voltage. You should not say, sir, voltage leads current, so therefore it can also lead. No, the reference is what? With respect to voltage, the current lags. And then what about the next? We'll go for the power. So this is about the XL is inductive reactance. So what it does, it will just see that the inductor, what it will see, it will make the current to lag the applied voltage. That's what the reactance I brought it here. So let's go for the power calculation. So P instantaneous is equal to V into I. So what is V? Vm sine omega t. This is V naught and this is I naught cos omega. What is I naught? I naught will be V naught by XL. So this will be V naught I naught by 2 sine 2 omega t. So what is the average power? Should be 0 in one full cycle. Then when I plot again the graph, similar to RC circuit, what we did. So it should be the this is what first negative means it will accept energy from the source or it will draw energy from the source. Negative means first it will draw energy from the source, then it will return. So like this, the negative, positive, we'll put it here. And what is the average power? Average power will be 0. There's an expression for instantaneous power. So therefore, what is the inductor? Inductor is an element which will not consume power, but in fact, what it offers to the circuit, it will make the current to lag the voltage. Able to get this one? It will make the current to lag the voltage. So that's what the inductor does here. And whatever the capacitor, current will make the current, capacitor what it do? It will make the current to lead the voltage. So negative is what we have here, minus V naught cos omega t. Okay, let's get into the, so there's about, so is it inductor consumes any power? No. And there'll be exchange of energy between the inductor and source in one cycle. Twice it will occur, no? You can see that. Simplest questions, capacitor inductor will not consume any power, yes, but will offer some phase change between the current and voltage. Is correct statement. Huh? Theoretical questions also can be asked, you have to be careful. This is about the R, L and C individually.
Sir, how do we know that current is maximum at t equal to 0? We got expression V naught by omega and cos omega t.
The moment you switch on, there'll be current, no? What is there? Connect one ECM meter. Finish over, no?
Okay, sir.
Next, we'll take the RL circuit. The first, I'll start with an RL circuit here. Resistor and inductor kept